The story of Carlos and the Lost Notebook. This story is about a grade 11 student that isn't well off but also wants to be an engineer. And because of that dream, he finds an engineer's notebook full with all sketches and whatnot and returns it to him after finding him supervising the construction of a mall. And alas, he gets hired as an assistant and pretty much kind of achieved his dream, but we'll get to that later. This story is something I would relate to the saying that whatever you give or whatever you give back is returned to you tenfold. And I do believe in that statement because kindness is something that we can show to others without expecting anything, but it can return something back. That depends on the person though. But it's really good to show kindness to other people because it's something that's mostly absent from the majority of our lives, because it's a trait that almost is non-existent anymore with all of the conflicts and whatnot. It's really hard to see in other people, and this story tells me that we should be kinder to each other and you reap what you sow. Of course, that's not always true, but you do receive kindness in return for most of what you do. For example, yeah, the thing that Carlos did, that's an example. But also, if somebody's having a hard time, then you like help them, give them advice and whatever. It'll come back at a later date. Like they'll say thank you or whatever, but sometimes they can be very ungrateful, and that's fine because that's also a part of life. You should never expect to get something in return when you do kindness, but when you do, be grateful for it. Overall, this story is a really simple story and very much by the book, or very much typical or cliche, I would say. But if you want to give this a read, it's very much fine. It's a book that's it's not a book but rather a short story really, but it's something that you can get something from or get a lesson from, and I would advise you to read it. Thanks, and that's all.